For the Airpods skins, you have two pieces. We have a simplified version and a full coverage version. I'm gonna show you both. We're gonna start with the simplified version right now. So you have two pieces on this. You have the top part that I'm gonna put on first real quick. So the first step is you line it up with the notch on the front here. And you can peel it up and realign it if it's not aligned. I line that up, and then from there, it just smooths out and wraps around that top. This is the simplified version. It's easier to put on. Some people prefer it over the full coverage version. We include both though, this way you could choose. So now for this other piece, you're gonna go and we're gonna peel it off the backing paper here, the whole thing. And we start with a charging port. And so we're gonna line up that charging port, making sure it's nice and centered. Once that's centered, you can then stick it down. And again, if it's crooked, you could just lift it up and redo it. And then the next point of reference here is this button on the back. And I'm gonna go and make sure it hits that button. It's a little bit off, so I'm just gonna go and peel it back and we're gonna restart real quick. Showing you the material is very forgiving, it's very easy to work with. That's nice and centered there. The button's now nice and centered. Then I'm gonna go and smooth this out. This simplified version, you do not need a hairdryer for. You just smooth it out with your thumbs like this. Work it around that edge. Once that looks good, you can go around the bottom and then to the front here. And we're gonna wrap right around. And that's the simplified version, nice and easy. For the full coverage version, you might need a hairdryer for parts of it. I haven't needed it, but if some of the edges are giving you wrinkling, you can just peel it up, hit it with a hairdryer, and smooth it out with your thumb. Those wrinkles will come right out. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the top. We're gonna peel that whole piece off. And again, just like the front version, we're gonna align it with this notch on the top. And then once that is nice and aligned, we're gonna smooth that out there. And then this wraps around the back here. And it lines up nicely with that notch. And then this is where I use my thumbs and I kind of rub it back and forth to get this to smooth out here. And again, if there's a little wrinkle at all, use a hairdryer and it'll take it right out. You can also, if there is a wrinkle and you don't have a hairdryer, you can peel it back a little bit and press it down nice and firmly. It'll smooth out as well, just like this. So now that's nice and done. We'll go ahead to the bottom piece. And this one, we're gonna take the whole piece off and we're gonna start with the charging port and the button side. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna line up this charging port, making sure it's nice and centered. And again, just like all of our materials here at Fishskyn, if you are crooked in any way or need to redo it, you can quickly peel it up and give it another try. That looks a little crooked. I'm gonna go and straighten it just a little bit more. And that lines up nicely now. And then once that's lined up with that button, you can go ahead and smooth this out. Again, same thing with those wrinkles. You can go and smooth out your thumbs, or if they're being stubborn, grab a hairdryer and they'll come right out. Smooth those ones out. Material's very forgiving. As you can see, I've peeled it up a couple times. It's very workable and likes to adapt to the material that it's going on. And we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna focus on this front now. I'm gonna go ahead and smooth this out with my thumbs, making sure to press firmly enough that it's getting nice and flat on the device. Air bubbles will smooth right out and the wrinkles will smooth out as well. So you can see I'm just working this edge just like I was on that back part. Get it nice and smooth. And just like that, we have our AirPods.